I've been reading the articles in the papers and watching television reports about the murder of Nimr al-Nimr, the Shia cleric in Saudi Arabia. He was a nonviolent person. He was someone who urged people to fight with the weapons of their voice rather than anything else like a firearm. Yet the Saudis arrested him, shot him, and then beheaded him, along with several score other people who were either beheaded or shot. I mean, this is absolute barbarism, and the United States allies itself with countries like this. And the Saudis not only do it to themselves and their own people, they do it to neighboring countries like Yemen. The Americans are helping the Saudis with information and weapons to bomb the Yemen people and commit murder, war crimes, and human rights violations, as the former American ambassador Barbara Boudin said. And the problem there, of course, is we have this Karen Hideko Sasahara, who is Deputy Chief of Mission, Deputy Ambassador, and she is probably the CIA Chief of Station, and her principal job is coordinating the American support for this barbaric act on Yemen. And it's not only there, it's all over the world. The United States claims to promote, using the State Department's Bureau of Democracy, Human Rights, and Labor, to promote, protect democracy and promote and protect human rights all around the world. Yet they don't say a word about the murder of Nimr. They don't say a word about Yemen. And the story about the San Bernardino shootings, allegedly committed by a Pakistani born in the United States in the American Midwest, and a Pakistani woman who spent a lot of her time living in Saudi Arabia. They had a Muslim contract marriage. She came to the United States with a fiancé visa, with no trouble at all. Yet I have a client who called me just the other day whose Muslim husband came back from the United States from India, and he spent 6 hours being interrogated in New York. And there was no explanation for this. The whole thing goes on about protecting and promoting human rights around the world, yet the United States wants to change its immigration laws to block people from entering the country who have been in Iran, who have been in Syria, who have been in other countries the United States doesn't like and has been trying to overthrow for years. It's an outrage, and no one ever questions what's going on. No one ever says, how did this Tashfeen Malik ever get her visa if she was married in Saudi Arabia? So this woman, Rafia Zakaria, claims that she was this poor persecuted woman who was held incommunicado by this strange family, and there's no stories about anything whatsoever. I'm afraid that the American government is the greatest force for evil in the world in the 20th century and now in the 21st. These people support terrorism and at the same time talk out of the other side of their mouth and say that, oh, we support freedom and human rights and we don't want anything to happen to people because of race, religion, or whatever. And it's just incredible. One thing we can do to balance out this exaggerated and in fact, discriminatory scrutiny of visas for people who have been to Syria or who have been to Iran, I think we can balance this out by ensuring that anyone who's been in Saudi Arabia for more than 30 days, whether as a visitor or as a citizen or as a resident of Saudi Arabia, we should give them extreme scrutiny and deny them visas if at all possible.